Good evening. I am Dr. Willie Reed, and as Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine, I am so very pleased to welcome you to our white coat ceremony. This event is an important milestone for our students, and it's so wonderful that we can have all of our students' families, their friends, and loved ones gathered together as we celebrate this very, very special occasion. I also want to express our sincere appreciation to our many Purdue Veterinary Medicine alumni and friends who helped to make today's event possible by sponsoring the white coat we're giving to our students. In addition to their generous giving, these sponsors also provided notes of encouragement, notes of wisdom, and students, they're placed in the pockets of your coats. In addition, I'd like to thank the Indiana Veterinary Medical Association, which is providing each class member with an engraved name badge. The IVMA is an excellent partner in the veterinary medical education of our students, and we greatly value and appreciate their long-standing and ongoing support. This evening, we recognize a rite of passage for our third-year veterinary students. Over 20 years ago, we conducted our first white coat ceremony. Since then, it has grown into a beloved annual tradition that the PVM community looks forward to with much appreciation every spring. The roots of this tradition actually date back to 1993, when Dr. Arnold Gold established this practice of holding a white coat ceremony at the Columbia University Medical School. The event was designed to impress upon students, physicians, and the public the important symbolic role of the white coat in patient-doctor interactions. So today, this ceremony is held not only in medical schools, but also in veterinary schools across the country, where it marks the passage of third-year veterinary students from the classroom to the clinics. So members of the class of 2024, the donning of the white coat symbolizes your new role as junior veterinarians. This coat indicates your acceptance of the great responsibility you now have towards your patients and clients, as well as your commitment to show compassion and empathy, and to make a positive difference in the life of every animal and person with whom you come into contact. So as you go through your clinical year, you will be interacting as veterinary professionals with our veterinary hospital clients. This is a big, big responsibility, but I know that you are well prepared for it. And we are excited to formally recognize your acceptance of your white coat and the responsibilities that go with it. The class of 2024 voted on a faculty member that they wanted to invite to share advice with them about entering the clinical year. They selected Dr. Chris Fulkerson, Clinical Associate Professor and Section Head of Veterinary Medical Oncology, for this role. Dr. Fulkerson earned his Purdue DVM degree in 2010, and then completed an internship at the Texas A&M School of Veterinary Medicine before returning to Purdue for a residency. He completed the residency and earned his Master's of Science degree in 2014, and the year following became board certified by the American College of Veterinary Internal Medicine in Oncology. At this time, I'd like Dr. Fulkerson to please share his thoughts with these members about the journey that lies ahead. Dr. Fulkerson.
I have Thanks, Dean Reed, for the introduction. I have to admit, when Dr. Wiseman texted me and asked if I wanted to come and share some words of wisdom with you, I was a bit surprised about the ask. He left out that I'd be sitting up on the stage the entire night, so thank you for that. My first thought really was that, what little hair I have left after being a faculty member for 10 years here is maybe not gray enough to really be offering you any true wisdom about what you're about to encounter. My second thought was that I'm turning 40 during your fourth year, and maybe I don't look as young as I feel. So I thought about what sort of advice I would have liked to have gotten before I started my fourth year. And as a good elder millennial, I also thought I should throw it out to social media and see what other people thought. So I asked my friends and some former students to give me some input about what they would have wanted to hear before they started their fourth year. So I've compiled just a few of my thoughts and their thoughts to share with you tonight. I think first and foremost, what we all agreed upon is that the most important thing you can bring to fourth year is not your clinical knowledge. You're not going to know all of the answers, and spoiler alert, neither are the clinicians that you work with, no matter how much we act like we do. The whole point of your clinical year is to develop your ability to apply all of the knowledge that you've been amassing over the past 3 years to real life animals with real life problems that you're going to be seeing for the rest of your careers. You won't suddenly develop that ability overnight once we put this white coat on you, or the second you finish your last final of third year. It's going to take time, and it's going to take some practice. Take advantage of the expertise of the clinicians and the veterinary nurses that you're about to work with for the next year. This will likely be the last time for many of you that you have such a large safety net in place to really help you develop day to day. And that's something that can only be provided in a teaching hospital. So don't be afraid to be wrong or not to know an answer. Just try to learn every day. The most important thing I think you can bring with you is your attitude and your approach to each day. I'm not saying you need to walk into the clinic with a goofy grin all day. I was joking with Susan beforehand. I'm not known to constantly be wearing a smile in the clinic, and I don't expect you to either. But what I would challenge you to do is be curious. Take the challenging cases, make the effort to review your notes, crack open a textbook, and dive into the literature in order to learn about your cases and help your patients. Be prepared. Be proactive, and don't wait to be told to do something or look to be spoon-fed an answer about a patient. Practice being the doctor. That's what you're here for. Be teachable and be ready to learn. Ask questions and learn new ways to do things. We might not do it exactly in the clinic the way you saw us do it in VSAC, and find out why we don't do it that way. When you don't know something, try to figure out the answer. Ask questions. Be open to getting feedback and ready to listen. You can learn something from everyone you interact with in the clinic. Every clinician, every resident, every intern, every nurse, every client liaison, every receptionist, every patient, every client, each and every day, and never stop learning. Be ready to help other people. Help your blockmates. This is not a competition. You're going to all be in this together. You all leave together and come in together. Help the nurses and help the clinicians, because we need the most help. There's no job too big or too small in the clinic. Be ready to jump in wherever you are needed. Show up on time and be present. Don't hesitate to be early or to stay late when you can. And I would advise you not to sit around in a rounds room all day doing vet prep and NAVLE preparation. If there's an interesting case going on, whether it's yours or not, chase that so you can learn as much as you can. Another important piece of advice came directly from an old friend who's a veterinary nurse and has worked at 2 veterinary hospitals. The other, Dr. Fulkerson, said I had to censor this piece of advice, so I've toned it down a little bit. My friend said, do not make the vet nurses mad, okay? Veterinary nurses play an essential role in our hospital and every hospital. Make them your friends. Help them, and they will help you. I'll close with just a few more comments. There was a recent survey from the AVMA that found veterinarians reporting the highest levels of burnout ever in 2022. New graduates were a bit immune to this effect, but I think it's something important for us to consider every day and important for you guys to consider over the next year. I want you to make time during your fourth year for yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to relax. Don't forget to have fun. It's okay. Spend time with the friends you've made here today, because before you know it, you'll all be graduating and most of you will be heading in different directions. I'm not going to try to pretend that there aren't going to be days during your fourth year that are going to suck. Okay. There will be days where you feel like you don't know anything. There will be days where the outcomes for your patients are not going to be good, despite your best efforts. And there are going to be days where you're frustrated and tired, or you run into somebody else who is frustrated and tired. Okay. Hopefully those days are going to be few and far between, but when they inevitably happen, just think how close you are to achieving the goal that you set out so long ago to accomplish. On day one in the clinic, there's just 17 rotations and 52 short weeks standing between you and the rest of your career. This year is going to fly by, and before you know it, the real world will be knocking at your door. You're ready, and you're going to be great.
Thank you, Dr. Fulkerson. We also have asked a member of the current fourth year class, the DVM class of 2023, to share some words of wisdom with the class of 2024. That person is Zenobia Clark, or Z, as she likes to be called. Let me tell you a little bit about Z. A native New Yorker, Z received her undergraduate degree in international studies from Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia, and completed post-baccalaureate work at Agnes Scott College in Decatur, Georgia. During her undergraduate studies, she participated in several study abroad opportunities. She spent 4 months in Tanzania, researching encroachment patterns between wildlife and the neighboring human communities, a summer in Barbados, researching green monkey mother and infant interaction, and took an extended trip to Cuba to observe the cultural and societal differences. Now, during her time at Purdue, she has spent one summer on the East Coast and another on the West Coast doing externships focused on the care of domestic farm animals. This past winter, she learned to care for exotic animals in the Deep South and completed a rotation in Chicago in the small animal emergency room. As a third-year veterinary student here at Purdue, Z conducted research on swine influenza. Extracurricular activities have also included serving as the treasurer of the One Health Club and participating in competitive weight training. After graduating next month, Z will begin a rotating small animal internship at North Star Vets in Robbinsville, New Jersey. You can see Z gets around. And I can't wait to hear what she's going to tell you. So Z, would you please come forward and share your thoughts?
All right. Wow, that was a lot. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, first I want to start off by saying I didn't write this down, but I'm like staring at you all, and I hope honestly you all are proud of yourselves. I remember when you all came in like right after us, of course, and you all are literally the COVID class. Like you all came in, you all weathered that storm amazingly. So I hope as you're like sitting right here, like you are proud of yourselves. Like you all did that. I almost cursed. You all did that. Like you all did. So I hope you're proud of yourselves, for real. All right. Now I'm gonna read what I actually wrote. Okay. So, class of 2024, congratulations on your next journey. You all have come so far along what at times can feel like an endless path. You made it through weeks that felt like you were just studying over and over again, weeks in which you combed through long hours of study material that felt like it was never ending, but you did it. You made it through all the finals weeks, and here you are. And through all those trials and tribulations, you did it. You navigated the unsteady waters of the first 3 years, and now you have one more sea to navigate. Clinical year is truly an adventure all of its own. And I'm sure as many of you already know, fourth year is no easy journey. Fourth year takes work, dedication, a sprinkle of resilience, and a fair amount of passion. And even though it may not feel like it, each and every one of you sitting in this room today is prepared and ready. As I enter the last few weeks of my journey through fourth year, I want to share 2 points of wisdom with you all that I deemed important sort of throughout my time. There's a lot of points, but I only have 5 minutes, so I'm only going to tell you 2. First point is to be a sponge, and it's pretty much what Dr. Fulkerson said this entire time. This is your time. This is your time to learn as much as possible under some brilliant doctors, technicians, and assistants while still being a student. And that is key. You're still a student. And don't forget that part. This is your time, your space to learn and apply what you learned in the classroom in real time. Therefore, if you know the entire pathophysiology of the equine estrus cycle with every hormone, the timeframes, the dates, and the months it occurs, do not be afraid to share the answer. You know it, so share it. But in that same breath, if you don't understand something like how to treat DKA or how to stabilize a dog suffering from cardiac pulmonary edema, that is okay. You're here to learn. That doesn't mean that you failed or you lack the knowledge everyone else has. Being wrong and not understanding it is an opportunity for growth. But it's up to you to utilize that opportunity. Everyone at this institution is here to help you teach and become a better clinician. Use them. It is your dollars. Use them. Learn from one another. Your fourth year is not a competition. Help one another, work together, learn together. Knowledge is not meant to be gatekept. It's meant to be shared and multiplied. Point 2, find your anchor. The last 3 years of vet school has not been easy, whether that is emotionally, physically, academically, or all three. Fourth year has its time of difficulty as well. Find your anchor, whether that be working out, your spirituality, being around people who lift your spirit, reading, knitting, dancing, sports, whatever. Find those moments that bring you peace. I know we hear it all the time and receive what at times feel like endless emails in regards to mental health or extra work tied into our VSAC courses and curriculum involving self-care. And yes, it can be a lot, especially when you have 100 other things going on. But at the end of the day, there is no doctor without you. There is no veterinarian without you standing there with the rest of your peers in May 2024. We spend so many years hyper-focused on the goal of becoming a veterinarian. We forget to nurture the other parts of ourselves who make us who we are. Take time to nurture those parts. The people behind you and those showing support from afar care and love you. As fellow members of the veterinary community on this stage, in the crowd, and back at the school, we care and love you. Throughout the next year, be kind, care, and uplift the people around you. Help each other throughout the next year and beyond. But most importantly, be kind, care, and love yourself, because there is no doctor without you. Thank you guys, and congratulations on your journey.
Thank you, Z, for those very inspiring words. Now, I ask Dr. Greg Kurtz, President of the Indiana Veterinary Medical Association, to please join me on the stage. I guess he's already here. And he's going to help us in the next part of the program. So Dr. Kurtz is a 1982 graduate of our college and has been in private practice for over 40 years, specializing in dairy and beef cattle. He and his wife, Robin, who is also a 1982 Purdue DVM graduate, they own the Kurtz Veterinary Clinic in Hagerstown, Indiana. Dr. Kathy Salisbury, our Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, will introduce each member of the class. And Dr. Salisbury, would you please step forward to call the names?
Thank you, Dean Reed. So each of you has a program that contains a listing of the names of the members of the class of 2024 who will be receiving their white coats. And students, when your name is called, please join Dean Reed on the stage carrying your white coat over your arm. He'll help you put your white coat on and then have your picture taken with him. And after your picture's taken, proceed across the stage to Dr. Kurtz, where he'll present you with your name badge and offer his congratulations. You'll find a note from your white coat sponsor in the coat pocket, as was said earlier. After you receive your name badge, then please take your place on the risers to my right over by Amanda there, and you'll be there for a group photo at the end. Okay, you guys ready? Okay. Jay Ling Arata. Diana Arjamond. Taylor Berquist. Ashley Borquin. Natalie Breca. Rachel Brockovich. Katie Buatois. John Bird. Joseph Chandler. Abigail Clifford. Samantha Quartermanche. Julia Crow. Zoe Curtis. Danielle Darling. Hannah Darrow. Cameron Davis. Gus Delacqua. Corey Dosher. Alexander Ebenroth. Taylor Fiddler Jarznicki. Kendall Floto. Teresa Frakes. Nathan Freeman. Hannah Gasparovic. Jack Harris. Jesse Harris Forkner. Tracy Harvey. Faith Hensley. Erica Hesters. Berkeley Hain. Noah Hoffman. Maria Jaramillo. Tyra Jenkins. Victoria Johnson. Brooke Johnson. Hannah Johnson. Allison Jones. Mariah Liebring. Alexandra Learman. Nicole Lippert. Aaron Lorenz. Keishla Marrero Acosta. Avery Martin. Allison Meagle. Elizabeth Mohan. Julia Mato. Mary Myers. Milton Ortiz Rivera. Kristen Oxford. Estefania Padilla. Hannah Perales. Taylor Pfeiffer. Andrew Petronas. Margaret Pritchett. Natalie Rivera. Jennifer Rusk. Michelle Salas. Daniela Sanchez. Kristen Schmidt. Faith Schonauer. Holly Schoon. Jessica Sexton. Alani Smiley. Jasmine Stephen. Jonathan Sumption. Amanda Sweeney. Morgan Ubalor. Stephanie Verkylen. Kate Watkins. Brittany Watkins. Lisa Watson. Hannah Weddig. Elise Wyland. Maxine White. Emily Willis. Catherine Wolfert.
Okay, we're going to pause for just a moment so that we can get a nice picture of the class of 2024. Okay, class of 24, congratulations.
Shoot a picture at the end of the ceremony, so. Instead of.
What happened? What happened? Okay, now we're going to move into the awards part of our program. Another important aspect of this annual event involves recognizing the special accomplishments of individual members of the class. The first award we are presenting this evening was established by Dr. William H. Jordan of the DVM class of 1973 and his fellow alumni as a tribute to the late Dr. Bill Carlton, the Leslie Morton Hutchinson's Distinguished Professor Emeritus of Veterinary Pathology. The Dr. William W. Carlton Award for Aptitude in Veterinary Pathology is given in honor of Dr. Carlton's tireless contributions to veterinary pathology education. This year's award recipient is Kristen Smith. So Kristen, would you please come forward? Stand right there for a minute, yeah. So Kristen grew up in New Jersey. And this award recognizes a third-year veterinary student who has shown aptitude in the field of pathology through superior academic performance in pathology study. The award consists of a certificate and $1,000. Hey. Now, Over the summer, Kristen participated in PVM summer research program and volunteered time on the Animal Disease Diagnostic Laboratory, necropsy floor. She's the president of the Pathology Club and one of the tutors for the second year DVM pathology courses. Kristen is tracking mixed animal and is excited to apply what she's learned about diseases from her time at ADDL to her clinical cases. Kristen is looking forward to pursuing a career in anatomic pathology, and that's a great, great decision. This is coming from another pathologist. So congratulations, Kristen. Yeah. We will now recognize the recipient of the Indiana Horse Council Equine Industry Award. The award recipient is Avery Martin. So Avery, would you please come forward? The Indiana Horse Council Equine Industry Award is given to a student who has provided other students with the greatest exposure to the equine industry. The award is chosen by peers and consists of a check for $500 and a certificate. An engraved nameplate also will be affixed to the permanent plaque, which is displayed in Lynn Hall. So let's congratulate Avery. Next, I am pleased to present the Holly Watts Memorial Award. The recipient of this award is selected by a vote of the members of the Exotics Animal Club. This year's award recipient is Maggie Pritchett. Maggie, please come forward. This award is a tribute to a veterinary student named Holly Watts, who passed away in 1983 during her junior year. Established by her family and members of the class of 1985, the Holly Watts Memorial Award recognizes a student with exceptional interest and proficiency in non-domestic animal medicine. The award consists of a framed certificate and a $250 award. Maggie grew up in Athens, Georgia, and received her undergraduate degree in animal sciences from Purdue. She has been heavily involved in the Purdue Exotics Club and works in emergency and critical care in the Purdue Veterinary Hospital. During her fourth year, she'll be in the mixed animal track with plans to complete an internship and residency in zoological medicine after graduation. Congratulations, Maggie. Traditionally, a third-year veterinary student serves in the position of president of the Purdue chapter of the Student American Veterinary Medical Association, known as SAVMA. This is an important leadership role with our student body, and it's my pleasure to recognize Katie Bouillotois for her outstanding tenure as SAVMA president during this past academic year. So Katie, please come forward. Katie is receiving an engraved cross pin in recognition of her work. So let's congratulate Katie again. So let me just add that Katie is quite the lobbyist. She and I had the pleasure of lobbying Congress together back in March when we traveled to Washington, D.C. To attend the American Association of Veterinary Medical Colleges. And we were advocating for veterinary medical education. So good job. So to conclude our program, I want to share my own brief special message to the class of 2024. I'd like to congratulate you on reaching this pivotal point in your veterinary medical education when you began your clinical training. You know, it seems like it's no time, just 3 years ago, about this time, when I called each one of you and invited you to become a member of PVM. Remember that? And look now, 3 years later, you're standing here before me in your white coats. Wow, time goes by too fast. So you'll be the second veterinary class to complete your 4th year in our new veterinary hospital. How about that? Huh? So the coming year will be a phenomenal learning experience. Immerse yourself in it so that you can become the best veterinarian you can be and have fun and remember every word that Dr. Fulkerson told you. Okay. And Zenobia too, right? And you'll be just fine. I also would like to take this opportunity to emphasize that we realize the success of our students would not be possible without the support of many loving family members and friends. So on behalf of our college's faculty and staff, we say thank you to each of our graduates' family members who have joined us today. So students, let's give them a round of applause. Now, students, you took your picture a few moments ago. I hear we had a technical glitch, and we're going to have to do it again. So don't run away. So go back to the risers when we get done, okay? Okay. Now, I want to thank each of you who took the time to share in this beloved Purdue veterinary medicine tradition. So please stay for the reception that will begin in the room just behind us right after our students recess to their favorite song, which is, what's your favorite song? Hail Purdue!